Yeah, I thought it was a good team win, especially second half. I thought we really locked in and gapped the game a little bit. LaSalle was trying to kind of throw us off rhythm. They know we like to play fast, so they try to slow down the game with mixing up defenses and things like that. So I was happy to see us weather the storm.
What was the biggest difference in the second half?
Well, just dictating a little bit more. Obviously, we pressed a little bit, but just not letting them slow us down, get into our offensive assignments, but then also defensive assignments too, and just locking down, understanding one-on-one accountability matters, and just guarding the ball.
I think they got like 4 or 5 offensive rebounds on the first couple possessions, but that was not a big factor later in the game. Did you address that at some point, a timeout or?
Yeah, I mean, we addressed it. I think the players addressed it. Everybody kind of was aware. But that was we just had to be a little bit more intentional with rebounding. But the thing was, they're a little bit not traditional in the fact that they send all 5 to the offensive boards. So we had to make sure we boxed out our man before trying to pursue. And once we did that, I think we got a hold of it.
Olivia, this is season high points for you, third time in 4 games in double figures. What's your progression been like this season? And when you look back at your first year, what were the big takeaways you had from that?
I mean, I feel like this year I've just been more comfortable overall, especially in practice. I've learned the system. I know what's supposed to happen, when it's supposed to happen, so that kind of gives me the ability to play more freely. And really, I knew it was going to click at some point. I was in a bit of a shooting slump, but, I've been working hard in practices. My teammates and my coaches instilled confidence in me, and I knew it was going to click at some point. It was just a matter of time, so.
Not sure if I need this, but for Coach Mox and also anyone who wants to respond, obviously you talked a little bit about that third quarter pressure that you had across the entire court. Is that something that we might continue to see moving forward, and what success are you seeing there?
Yeah, I mean, I think every game that we've pressed, we've had great results from it. Sometimes we got to get a little adjusted to the press breaker that they're in, or if they switch something up. But I like it. I mean, I think we're very versatile. We're long, athletic, and I think we can just, speed up the game that way.
Awesome. And then offensively, you had 5 players scoring double-digit points. What's clicking for the team to be working so well together as a unit, and what do we want to see moving forward?
Yeah, I mean, we want to play fast. We did play fast in spurts, but they slowed us down a little bit with switching defenses. So I think you're going to see us continue to play fast and push the ball, but then share the ball. Our assists have been pretty high all year, and like we can use our versatility. So we run quick hits for different isolation plays, and we're understanding the offense a little bit more. Kind of like O said, they're understanding the system and understanding each other, like where each other needs the ball, where shots are going to come off. And what we're trying to do. So as long as we continue to, grow our camaraderie and our synergy, I think we're going to see more of 4 or 5 people in double figures every game.
Latasha, what's your transition been like to this system?
I would say my transition has been pretty smooth. I am finding things that I struggled before in previous years that I'm now doing a lot better. So, for example, rebounding. Coach Mox gets on me for rebounding every single day in practice. So it's just a confidence type of thing, just, coming off of my injury. Every day I go into a game just confidently, just knowing that, that's something I can do, I'm able to do. So just being strong in every game that I play.
I know they're not locked into a single position, but to have Olivia and Bree, when they're at the 3, to have players who are 6'2", I mean, that's a big wing in any game. What does that allow you to do? That their height and size at the 3.
Yeah, I mean, it's height, but it's also versatility. So it allows us to kind of pick apart the defense. I threw O out there at the 4 a little bit, which she hasn't really practiced at the 4, but she did a good job with that. But with her size, we're able to move her around kind of 2 through 4. Same with Bree. But primarily at the guards positions. Today they played, in other games they played 2 and 3. So they're both on the wings, and I think that just makes us huge. It helps us rebounding wise, but it helps us just pick apart the defense. You might have a smaller defender on 1. You could post them up, or just whatever we're looking to isolate them in.
Oh, I know you've answered this before. Kamora's answered it. Sam answered it last year. But to be playing near your hometown college basketball, what's that been like for you?
It's been great. I always will catch myself looking in the stands to see a bunch of people I know from my hometown. My mom, dad, family members, all that. So I know the support is real, and if I ever needed motivation, I just look up in the stands and know, I have people here supporting me all the time. So.
Coach, just talk about Brianna Hurd. What have you liked about her play 4 games into the season, and what do you think her ceiling is? How much growth does she still have to go here this year?
She has, of course, she has a lot of growth. This is her first year, but I think, she's been playing hard, playing with the motor, tries to fill the stat sheet. She'll rebound, she'll bring it in transition. She's still working on getting consistent with her three-point shot, but she gets to the rim, all that stuff. So I think, she really has a high ceiling, and she's a big guard doing it. I've said this before, we kind of recruited her as a 4, but she just has the skill set of a guard, so she can play both, and I think she's doing a good job at it.
Was she on your radar when you were at Missouri State?
Oh, yeah. We've been recruiting Bree since 9th grade, her 9th grade year. Yep.
What did you like about her? What did you see in her in 9th grade?
Kind of what you're seeing with her right now. I think she probably would have committed to us there, but I know she wanted to go to a bigger school, so she was kind of, shopping around a little bit. But once I got here, I think she committed within a month of me being here, something like that. So she's always had that, that drive, physical play, motor, things like that, 3-level score. So a little bit of what you're seeing here is what she's been doing.
Kamora said one of her goals going into the season was to be more efficient offensively, and through 4 games she clearly has been. What's been the biggest difference in that? Is it shot selection, or is she just shooting better?
I think it's shot selection, but it's also decision making. That was one thing that she wanted to do, cut down on some unforced turnovers and just kind of read when she needs to, make the extra pass, when she needs to shoot the ball. I think she's just getting a little bit more comfortable in the system. Kind of like O said, she's getting more comfortable. I think really all the returners feel like that, and then, the newcomers they've just merged in seamlessly.
You're still a ways away from conference play. It's a different format this year, but the league will be really good. What are your goals besides winning these games in the preseason? What are you trying to build going into conference besides stacking wins?
Yeah, I always say we keep our goals kind of in-house, but consistency is the biggest thing right now. We're just trying to be consistent and play together, learn each other a little bit more, and just make sure, we're clicking on all cylinders on both sides of the ball. So that's each game. I think we're growing in that area, and we just got to continue to get better, and I think these games will prepare us for conference play for sure. Thank you.